Hey, Symposium listeners. Have you ever listened to our A Song of Ice and Fire coverage and wanted to chime in live with your thoughts? Or wanted us to cover a property of your choice?
Introducing the Symposium Review Contest. The contest is open now and closes on August 31st, 2026.
Here's how you can enter. Leave us a 5-star review on any podcatcher and send us a screenshot to earn an entry. You can leave reviews on as many platforms as you want, and each screenshot counts as an entry.
If you want an extra incentive, every review you submit on or before April 30th, 2026 will be counted as 2 entries.
If you win, you get to pick one of the following 3 options.
Option 1, join us for an A Song of Ice and Fire wrap-up episode after we have read A Dance with Dragons.
Option 2, get us to watch or read or otherwise consume a piece of media to cover on the podcast.
Option 3 is the same as option 2, but you get to also be on the podcast episode with us.
We will have a minimum of 2 winners. One winner will be the person who earned the most entries, and a second winner will be chosen through random draw. If interest is high, a third winner may also be chosen.
So folks, get those reviews in on or before August 31st, 2026. We look forward to chatting with you in fall of 2026.
And now on to the episode. Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Dance with Dragons, chapters 62 and 63. The Sacrifice and Victarion. In these chapters, as Big Bucket Wall would say, will Red Ralu be appeased by all the sacrifices?
Red Ralu. It was giving me such, it was such a nickname that, your mom would give. Your mom would be like, Raluja and Garuga. I feel like that's such a, thing our parents would say.
So, welcome to the podcast, everyone. Harmit, who died in these chapters?
So many I will say, we've had so much, death in these books, but it doesn't usually make me this uncomfortable. So, people get sacrificed in Asha's chapter, and then, okay, wait, so in Asha's chapter, who exactly gets sacrificed, though? Oh my god, who got sacrificed? Wait, I know this. Hold on. Who got sacrificed?
It was these 4 Peasbury men who turned to cannibalism.
Yes, yeah, they were like, no, these people were already dead and we were just eating them, so those people are dead. We're still losing people every day. And then those 4 Peasbody people got sacrificed to R'hllor.
I think it was Peasbury, but I don't know.
Oh, Peasbury. Oops. And then in Victarion's chapter...
Wait, there's another death we hear about. Well, there's all the horses, but... And, there's, an account, rising death count, but a named person was one of Stannis' own squires.
Oh, yeah.
Who also died of starvation or the cold or all of the above.
Yes. And then in Victarion's chapter, he sacrifices, 7 women, basically. But then also, they're, looting and killing. They kill a lot of people.
He also throws a bunch of captains overboard.
Yes, yeah. So he's...
Not his own captains of ships he captures.
Yeah, all the ships captured, a lot of those... A significant amount of those people are dead. And then he specifically sacrifices 7 women to R'hllor, drowned god, whatever. I think that was it.
I think
Everyone keeps trying to tell him Dany's dead, but he's like, nah, Makoro said no.
Oh yeah, anybody who says that, he also sacrifices to the drowned god.
Yes, exactly. He's like, they're lying to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of... There's a lot of that. We'll get there. Maybe we'll recount it all. Maybe we won't. And honestly, nobody will really, hopefully, care. The point is, he gone crazy. So Ready to summarize?
What did I think of these chapters?
Oh, sure.
My my thoughts were, okay,
Nobody cares about that.
Asha's chapter was epic. I had such a good time, and then the reunion, I was like, okay, slay. Victarion's chapter was terrible. I was like, get this man out of my face. I don't want to read about him. I don't want to see him. I'm not looking forward to, I did not like what he was doing. I'm not looking forward to what he's going to do. Like, I literally, his chapter was so annoying, and he was so annoying. Like, just go die in a hole somewhere. Yeah, so 2 very different opinions on both chapters.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. So let's talk about the chapters. Wait. No
summary.
You threw me off my game. You should have just let me ask you to summarize and then told your thoughts. But now I don't know what's what.
Up
so
is down is down.
3,
is up.
2, 1. Asha.
Okay. Joke's on us. They're still stuck in the same spot. She's hanging out with Mormont. Yay. Freaking, they're still stuck in the same spot. Karstark's here now. He's found them. They sacrificed the Peabody people. Theon shows up with the Iron Banker and with, like, Botley and the maid and her people. And it's, like, a great, amazing reunion.
Switch.
Victarion plundering, getting closer, killing people, sacrificing. His ego has somehow grown tenfold. Didn't think that could happen. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then now he's like, I got the Drowned God on my side and R'hllor on my side. Whatever. He sacrifices people, whatever. He's like, yeah, Dany, I free people too. Makora's on his side. Makora's telling him everything that's happening. He believes Makoro. Makora's like, you gotta bind dragons using the dragon horn. Yeah.
Okay. I love how 5 seconds of that was you just going barf.
It was worth it. It was worth the waste of time.
Yeah. Okay, so the sacrifice.
Yes.
So they're still in that village where we last left Asha.
I will say, I started this chapter and realized it was Asha, and I was like, holy fuck, are they going to sacrifice her? And it was scary, and I didn't like it.
It's still not looking too good, but...
True.
Yeah.
But...
the chapter it would be more aptly named as, like, the next up sacrifice, or, you know?
Yeah.
The sacrifice
because
in waiting.
It was kind of stressful. It's kind of stressful because usually the chapter titles are reflective of the person who. So were you worried
about her?
I was worried. I was worried.
Until
we'll say it, but then,
like till the end, or
till the end,
okay.
Till the end, because then the reunion happened, and I was like, "Ain't no way, ain't no way, not right now, at least," you know. But yeah, George R. R. Martin kind of threw that curveball on me. He broke his own pattern, you know. And then I also was like, what's it called? The sacrifice. Also, the fact that this chapter is named,
like, the chapter names kind of reflect how the characters feel about their position. You know,
right,
how, like,
that's true.
Like a
Theon
ghost in Winterfell.
Weak.
Theon felt he was a ghost in Winterfell. Like those kinds.
Right, he's not literally a ghost in Winterfell. Yeah. Right, so she kind of sees. She's like, that's my inevitable, or like that's what this guy keeps. Right. Okay. Actually, you're right, George R. R. Martin. I guess it makes sense. It was just kind of a tricky way to do it. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he named this chapter the sacrifice, so I'm like, he can't name any of the future ones the sacrifice, so she's not getting sacrificed.
It can't be the sacrifice part 2.
It just can't. It literally can't.
There will be another chapter named The Sacrifice, but it'll be like a different character.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, no, but I was worried. But the ending was euphoric.
Cool. So they're gathering in the village green, or the village white, as it might be called these days. Yeah. And she's just reflecting on how it's been a terrible, miserable time, and they had been fishing in the lakes, but like the fish is running out, so
oh my god,
even that's not much of a viable option anymore.
Oh my god.
And the she-bear is there, Alice Mormont, right? This one's Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she is this is like before they tell us exactly what is happening. Like they're making holes in the ground for stakes, but what could that be for? And Alice is like, I don't want to be here. And Asha's like, you can go. I promise I won't run. Where am I going to run to? Winterfell? It's only a 3 days ride, they tell me. While they've been stuck here for like weeks.
Yeah, I can't. How are they still alive? Like, this is so wild.
Yeah, so they are, what they're gathered for is to burn some people alive. An offering of blood and fire, so that the Lord of Light may turn his fiery eye upon us and melt these thrice cursed snows.
Oh my god.
Okay, remember that we got to talk about whether the sacrifice worked, or like, we got to talk about that later, okay? Like, predictions.
Okay, sounds good.
And so that's like what all the Queensmen are about, but obviously the Flints and like the other northern people are like, this is the old gods. We should be appeasing them, not old Ralu. He has no power here.
Not Ralu. Oh my god.
And yeah, we get a little bit of a reminder of the geography of this village. It's like between these 2 large lakes, and there's like one of the lakes has little islands, and there's a weirwood there. And Asha went to go check it out one day, and she was like, it's bleeding blood. Even though, like, intellectually she knows it's really sap. But honestly, who knows?
But how do we know? Who's to say?
And so they're gathering. There's this one guy who's really into it called Clayton Suggs. Sir Clayton Suggs. He's so annoying. What a great name for a terrible guy, like Suggs.
Literally. Right.
But he is a total sadist. And... And just, like, apparently she's heard that he helped the torturers in Dragonstone, especially if the people being tortured were women. And Asha's like, gross. Yeah, that checks out. He would,
disgusting.
Yeah. He would take special delight in burning her, she did not doubt. And they've been there. They had been 3 days from Winterfell for 19 days.
Dude, I can't. Man, these people.
Yeah, and there's no food except like the horses that are failing every day, and the fish that they have overfished, and sometimes foragers can find some meager sustenance, but like really it's middle of winter. What are they gonna find?
Yeah.
And so whatever they do get, the horse meat and stuff is sent. It's mostly the knights and the lords that claim it, so the little people, the common people, have very little to go on, and that's why they started eating their own dead. So that's what these guys are being burned for. And she's like, I bet they're not the first ones to do this. They're just the first ones to be caught doing it. So
this was so unfair and annoying.
Yeah. And
yeah, like she's like, not monsters, she realized, only men.
Yeah. So they are, she's like, I don't really believe in this red god, but I hope they're right that this gets us out of the snow. If not, there's gonna be other pyres, and I might be the next sacrifice.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So they bring out the guys that are gonna be burned, and they're naked, like, just terrible. Like it's super cold, so you're already burning them to death. Let them at least be a little warm before that happens, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like a couple of them are just like downcast. There's like a little kid basically who's crying, like, we just were hungry. And then there's the old sergeant who is telling them to go fuck themselves, and he eventually provokes Suggs, and Suggs slits his throat and throws him on the pyre. But like Asha's like, you know what? He did that on purpose. He was clever, because it's, getting your throat slit is much prefer to being burned alive. So
yeah, totally.
yeah, and she's like, I wonder if it comes to my turn, if Suggs will fall for that trick a second time.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, she's scared. Or not scared, but like she's like, I think this is gonna happen, you know? Yeah. And like Stannis is just letting them like loose like this. Like he's just letting them willy-nilly whatever.
Yeah, well,
he's just
he
sitting there obsessed with his fire.
Because he shows up. This is the first time they have seen him in days, because after his squire named Bryn or Birin Faring, I don't know how to say that, but that kid died, and since then Stannis had basically retreated to his watchtower and not emerged since. And he just like basically stares into the beacon fire all night and trying to like solve the mysteries or contact Melisandre or something.
Stannis, I don't know if this is the time to just be a troubled soul. Like,
yeah, but also, what can he do? Not about the burning people situation, but like in terms of like a whole strategy. Like, what can he do?
Right. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, what is there to do other than hope for the fire? Like, turn to the fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like religion to like nothing like dire situations to turn people to religion, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god, maybe this is what makes him a believer.
Yeah. And then we also hear with Stannis is Arnulf Karstark, who has arrived 8 days ago, and he's brought all these people and maesters and ravens and stuff, but only enough provisions to sustain his own. So
Of course.
Yeah.
Thanks, Arnulf.
Well, yeah, and we know even more about him than they know. And Asha immediately is like, I don't like this guy. Like, she doesn't even know, but she knows, you know?
Exactly.
I just said the word no like 20 times there.
Oh my god.
And apparently, if they win Winterfell, this guy is the one who's going to be put in charge of it, because the Karstarks, you know, sprouted from House Stark, and he was the first Northern Bannerman to declare for Stannis, so he gets a reward.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Stannis. You're gonna have to come up with a different plan, or kill him and then go get, what's her name? Alysanne?
Karstark, yeah.
Yeah, go get her and kill this guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But yes, just like, this is like, as the reader, another like bad thing that's happened, but they don't quite realize it yet.
Yes. Oh.
And so they start burning the poor guys and praying and just being obnoxious and everything. I'm sorry. But just, yeah. And yeah,
they are being annoying though. They're like, we give you now 4 evil men. Like, literally touch grass. Genuinely touch
but they
some
can't.
grass.
There is no grass to be found.
Oh my. Yes, because that's the thing that's keeping them from doing the right thing.
Yeah. They can't be down to earth. There's like 20 feet of snow. How can they be
Of course. Oh my god. That's why we call mean people cold. Because they're so detached from reality.
Okay.
Distance from reality.
So as this is happening, Asha's just like, she's feeling barfy herself.
And it's so interesting because she even says, she's like, I saw some shit on the Iron Islands, but somehow
not just
this
some
feels
shit,
worse.
but specifically that the priests of the Iron Islands would slit the throats of thralls and give their bodies to the sea to honor the drowned god. And that was brutal, but this is worse. So this is like our question. Remember how like the last Victarion chapter we were like, do the Ironborn make sacrifices?
Yes.
And they do. Like, this is 100% confirmation of that being a thing.
And then even in Victarion's, when he's like, this is actually great for both gods. You both like to do it this way. Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting to have Asha be like, oh yeah, that was bad and I didn't like it, but this is even worse. And then Victarion's like, bet. Let me one up this, you know? He takes what Asha's seen and already didn't like to the next level. Like, I'm like, which one's worse? They're both pretty bad, you know?
Yeah. So eventually the screaming stops, and then Stannis walks away.
I have a question for you. You know how you have your thing of like, if there comes a moment where you need to eat my body and I'm dead, like just eat me, whatever?
Yeah.
Did you start thinking about that from this book and this chapter?
No, I think like
that's just been a thought in your head.
Maybe from A Song of Ice and Fire, but it wouldn't have taken until this chapter. I think that topic has come up a billion times before.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess this was just the one where it was like, it was kind of the question of like, is this right? You know?
I think it has also come up like in Bran's chapters. Like there was that chapter where Cold Hands comes back with meat somehow, and we were
right, and we were
meat?
Like,
yeah,
this is delicious. What do you mean? Where'd you find this? Right.
So yeah. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
Stannis walks away once the screaming dies, and he's, back to the fire, back to doing what he was doing. And then, oh my god, it literally says, I was about to say, like, and then fucking Sugg sidles up to her, and it literally says Clayton Sugg sidled up beside her. So, like, George R. Martin we're on the same page, yeah.
He gets it. Oh my god. Ugh.
And he's just terrible. Like, sexist, sadist, probably definitely racist, like all the terrible isms he embodies.
He's really, really terrible. And I love Asha's like, some men had faces that cried out for a beard. Sir Clayton's face cried out for an axe between the eyes. I was like, slay.
Because he, like, grabs her arm or something and won't let go.
Yes.
And Alice no, it's Allie. It's not Alice. Allie. I think, sorry. Allie Mormont is like, she asks you to let go. Let go. And Suggs does, because you don't mess with the she-bear like that. But he's not pleased, obviously.
Yeah.
And later, like in the chapter where anytime this guy appears, I'm like, magic, Asha, that axe. Let's make it happen, Valor, or whoever's in charge.
Oh my god, true. Yeah, if both gods can be on Victarion's side, why not Asha's?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's talking about, so
Massey shows up.
Yeah, exactly. He backs down to Alice a little bit, and then Massey shows up, her other only champion. And he's trying to be
sad.
Like, there's other plans for this captive. The king's not going to burn her. And Suggs is like, oh, you mean you have plans for her? But believe me, she's going to burn because she's got that king's blood. And we all know about king's blood.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's also like, yeah, the ones we just burned were nobody, so R'hllor's not gonna care. R'hllor also is classist, apparently.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and Asha's like, oh, if R'hllor is so picky, why don't we offer him one of his own? I'm sure he would love to have you.
Iconic.
Yeah. And then,
why wouldn't he want his faithful servants?
Yeah. And Justin laughs, and he's like, ha ha, keep laughing. If the snow keeps falling, we'll see who's laughing then. So I don't know when to talk about it, but we do need to talk about whether the snow will keep falling and what will happen.
Okay.
He leaves, Suggs leaves, and then it's just Massey and Allie and Asha there, and they're hanging out and just talking about all the miseries around. And even if they wanted to march, they can't, because like they started with 800 horses and now they have 64.
That is
not
so bad.
164, just 64.
Yeah, and like they're rapidly running out.
Yeah, because Massey's like, let's go eat, and Allie's like, I'm not hungry, and he's like, I bet in a few days you wish you would have eaten because we're running out.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah. So, but Allie still doesn't feel like it, so she leaves, and Justin is like, I promise I won't let her escape. Let me take charge of her. And then later, he just storms out of the room, having forgotten his, like...
his duty, yeah.
Yeah. So they go to the Long Hall, which is, like, commandeered by all the lords and knights. Stannis is in the watchtower, and this is, like, the other people's place. And they've put up, like, tables, 2 long tables in the hall, and then between the tables they've dug a trench to light a fire and to keep everybody warm, and the trench has become kind of like a dividing line. On one side sit the Northerners, on the other the Southerners, and the Northerners are in much better spirits and health than the Southerners, and the Southerners are just constantly brooding.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And they're like, the same conversation that happens every night, which is like, we should go march on Winterfell. No, we should stay here. No, we'll die if we stay here. No, we'll die if we march. Like, it's just
oh my god,
the same thing.
They're like, we'll wait for the weather to get better. Oh, it's literally not getting better. We'll die. Yeah, it's
Yeah, and some guys like, but we've got the lakes, we got fish, we're great here, because I don't remember who it is, but some guys like, we should stay here. But one of the Northern people are like, have you seen them lakes? You have, like, poked so many holes in them. It's a wonder that more people haven't fallen through. So that means a bunch of people have fallen through.
Yeah.
And out by the islands, there's places that look like a cheese the rats have been at.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, and the guy who was like, oh, let's just stay here, whatever, was Osmond Wilde, and apparently he's gonna be... Oh, JK, I read this wrong. Oh, they're, like, thinking about who's, like, what lord or knight is gonna die next, and people are like, oh, it's gonna be him, like, he's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, when I first read it, I read it as he was gonna be sacrificed next. Oh. I totally read it wrong. I was like, oh, he's in line before Asha.
He's probably gonna give in to the cold next.
Right, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then again, that's another reason to march. But if we march, we die. It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And Justin himself is not... Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go and die. I would rather live to see another spring. And I'm not sure which side he's backing, really. Like, whether he's the let's stay here and hunker down. I think that is the side he's... Because somebody calls him a coward for it.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. And apparently his stance is that they won't be able to take Winterfell. Because the Karstarks speak up at this point, and they're like, oh, we'll take it. We'll take it for Ned and his daughter, and for the young wolf, too, who was slaughtered so cruelly. Didn't Robb kill your brother? Like
exactly.
Even their lies aren't convincing.
Exactly. That was my exact thought, too. I was like, there's no conviction behind these words, like, for real.
And, like, him saying this gets the Northerners riled up and like, yeah, we can do this, because they're talking about, like, doing it for Ned. But
you know what's so funny, though? He's like, we'll take it for the Ned and for his daughter. Like, what is he? I feel like he's not even...
the Ned?
Yeah, like, I think he just is so, like... It's just so unconvincing, because he's not feeling it, so it's not even coming out right, Yeah. Because he doesn't even really mean it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Massey's like, how exactly do you plan to do that? Like,
literally.
Hit them with snowballs? And they're like, we'll scale the walls, we'll make a ram. And Massey's response to all the things is, and you'll die. And you'll die. And you'll die. He really is a bummer, though. Like, honestly, like, I'm glad Asha has somebody, but, like, really?
Yeah.
No, is it that much better than having nobody?
No, but, like, he has a point. I was literally with him. I was like, you're so, like, you gotta, like...
And we also know Karstark is proposing this because he knows it's not gonna work, and, like...
Exactly.
All of that.
But it's like, you gotta... Obviously, to win something like this, you have to be a little bit delusional. But this is like, come on, we gotta still be, once again,
I think what I'm getting
grass.
from Massey is like that thing that I hate in people in real life, which is they just complain, but never have like do anything to change it.
Yeah, but like it's the same. But it's the thing we said about Stannis. Like if people are just proposing bad solutions. Like, we gotta have a good plan before we go, you know? It doesn't even have to be good, but we gotta have, like, a plausible plan before we go, you know?
Yeah, I'm just saying he's being very vocal against while not offering anything for.
Yeah, that's fair, but I just don't know what he could offer. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the Stannis thing, where it's like, sure, somebody who's, like, super creative could maybe think of something, but I feel like this would get most people in their places, too, you know?
Yeah, but I like if I were him, I might believe like, you know, taking Winterfell is impossible, and I might say it once, and then I might shut up and sit down because I don't have anything better or else to say. But he doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, he is very vocal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when he's kind of going at it, like Sir Horp, he's like, oh, whoever marches with us will share in the plunder, but we'll send food back for people who don't come with us. Mm-hmm. So is that a potential thing? Like, people who want to go, like, I was interested to see how that would even work, you know? And I was like, is this a thing you've discussed with Stannis, or is this just, we're just pitching ideas now, you know? Because that feels like kind of hard logistically. And it also just kind of feels like leaving them for dead, but like promising them like, oh, we'll bring you back. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
honestly, I was like, if they don't join you, then they can fend for themselves. Like,
I guess, but it just kind of feels like, at least don't lie, you know? Like, at least don't lie to me that you're gonna send stuff back.
We won't forget you even if you don't come on this with us. I think he's just...
Right. I guess I just don't know if I trust him when he says that.
I don't know if that is even gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
So, as Justin is, like, arguing with the Karstarks, he's like, gods be good, are you all Karstarks mad? And Richard Horp is also the one that's like, gods, you forget yourself, Justin. And he has to be like, oh, I mean the Lord of Light, the only God and Lord and stuff and all that stuff.
He's like, my faith runs as deep as your own, Richard. You know that. Which I thought was kind of the perfect thing to say, because it's like, you tell me.
And as a response, he's like, well, it's not your faith, it's your courage I question. It makes me wonder whose side you are on. And this is when Massey gets all riled up and is like, I will not stay here to be insulted. And he storms out of the room. And Asha's like, broken as quick as that. My champion is made of suet. Even so, he's one of the only ones. So who would speak out for her or object should they try to burn her. So she gets up and follows him out into the blizzard.
Yeah.
And so she gets outside and immediately it's just all white. She can see the Stannis' flame in the distance a little bit, but otherwise the world has just basically disappeared. And she's calling out for Justin, and like, who knows where he's at? He might have like tripped and died just right out the door. Who knows? Anything could have happened.
Oh my god. Literally.
And she kind of makes her way to the village green where they had set up the pyres, and like even the pyres already are getting buried in snow, and she's like, see, the old gods want none of this, they're burying any evidence and all of this. And of course this is where Clayton Suggs shows up again and is like, oh, just looking at how you're gonna be burnt real soon. And he keeps calling her cunt. And Asha thinks how it was odd how men like Suggs used that word to demean women when it was the only part of a woman they valued.
Da da da.
Yeah.
Iconic.
And he threatens to rape her, but is like, just kidding, I won't, because if I do, then I would have to kill you, and instead I want to see you burn alive. So how generous of me, really.
Yeah, like, get out. Leave.
And as they're like talking, they're like Asha's hearing like a horse, like she heard a horse like when she went out, but she was like, oh, it's just probably the next meal ready to be slaughtered. But like eventually she's hearing more than one horse, and it's just looking around trying to figure out what direction it's coming from, because like once again blizzard.
Literally.
As she's looking around, Sux is like, is this some Squid Game? And he means like, you know, like a Greyjoy game. But I was like, oh, this is like, you know, post 2020. It also has a slightly different meaning. Or not really, but could, you know?
Yeah.
And then they realize that there's riders coming at them. And he tells her to go run to Stannis and like warn him while he tries to face off against the riders. And it's so he faces off against them, tells them to halt, and they do. And Asha's like, oh my god, for all we know, like all of Roose Bolton's host is right behind them, hidden by darkness and swirling snow. And we do know that Bolton had sent out people. Did you think this was them at any point? Or
yeah, I was kind of initially worried that it was them. But I also was like, maybe it could be someone else. Like, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it could be them, but I was kind of trying to shut that out because I was hoping it wasn't them.
So, but then Asha's like, this is too many to be scouts and too few to make a vanguard. And then there's like 2 in black. Did you like get it at this point who this could be?
No.
Okay. And then she asks, who are you? And the guy replies, and she's like, oh my god, this voice is like half familiar. He says, we're friends. We looked for you at Winterfell, but only found Crowfoot Umber beating drums and blowing horns. And it took us some time to find you. So now that mystery is solved too.
Yes. Because literally this chapter started and I was like, oh.
Yeah, like who was at the walls?
No, literally. Because first the chapter started and I was like, oh, so you're all still fucking here? But then I was like, no, Harmit, remember they sent the Northerners up ahead.
Yeah.
But then Northerners showed up at the dinner table and I was like, never mind? But then I was like, okay, maybe we'll find out. Maybe we just have to wait until Theon's chapter, you know?
Yeah, apparently Mors Umber is just sitting outside Winterfell with a drum and a horn and like 3 other people, and they're just like
iconic.
Waging and they're that pretty psychological warfare.
They're a pretty loud they're a pretty loud band.
Yeah. It's iconic is the word. Like amazing. And then the guy like gets off his horse and she's like, oh my god, this is fucking Christopher Botley. This is one of her guys. This is the guy that
is obsessed with her.
Yeah. And apparently Carl the maid is also there, and Rogon and Grimtug and Finger. Wait, what did you say?
Iconic.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm just calling everything iconic today.
Rook, there's 6 of them. Apparently Crom died of his wounds. I will be honest, I don't remember who Crom is anymore.
I don't remember who that is, but rip to him and his wounds.
Yeah.
No, this was a beautiful little thing that I did not expect to happen.
Right?
Like the Iron Bank finding them, Theon being here, whatever. Like possible. Not that I saw coming, but I was hoping for those things to happen. I was hoping, right? But this, I did not expect this reunion.
Back to her, yeah.
Exactly. That felt like too much good vibes all at once, you know? Yes. It was like, let's get the party started, you know?
Yeah, apparently, what's his name? The banker, Tycho Nestoris. So Tycho ransomed them from Sybil Glover because he needed an escort.
Wow.
And Lady Sybil needed fewer mouths to feed, which makes sense.
Yes.
And Tycho's like, I'm here, I need to talk to Stannis, and it is most urgent that I speak with him at once. What do you think is the urgent matter here?
Oh, I thought it was just all the things. Did I miss something? Is there something more urgent? Like, you know, the crowns and debt. If I support you, you gotta.
I mean, that's important, but would you say it's urgent?
Oh, okay.
Like, it's already taken him like a month to get here, so like.
Right. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll think on this.
Yeah, okay. Ruminate on that.
Let me think. That did not even get clocked.
But basically, he's like, "Oh, you must be Asha, Lady Asha of House Greyjoy." And she's like, "I'm Asha of Greyjoy, House Greyjoy. Opinions differ on whether I'm a lady."
Iconic.
Yeah. And he says, "We've brought a gift for you. We expected to find you at Winterfell, or like find Stannis at Winterfell, but it seems that this same blizzard has engulfed the castle, and beneath its walls we found more Umber with a troop of raw green boys waiting for the king's coming. He gave us this. And this is a girl and an old man, as Asha thinks." Did you know?
I did, but I was like, old man. Like, it didn't clock. I thought the girl was Jane.
Yeah.
And then also she immediately starts describing Jane, and it's fucking like how and it's like Jane being scared, and I was like, okay, definitely Jane.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I didn't even clock, like, oh, it's because he's so, like, bent out of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's hilarious. But yeah, because okay, what's his name? Is Tycho's urgent thing like the Karstark reveal? Because now Theon and Jane, well, I guess Jane wasn't really part of it, but Theon would have told him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theon would have absolutely told him.
Definitely could be. Okay, we'll come back to that.
Okay, so I think that's what it is. Okay.
So it's Jane, and the tip of her nose has been frostbitten. That sucks. I wonder if she'll have to lose the nose. But anyway, and then there's the she says she'd seen scarecrows with more flesh than this guy, and he stinks, and Asha's just filled with revulsion. And then he looks at her and says, "Sister, see, this time I knew you."
This was kind of sweet. This was sweet.
And Asha's like, what, Theon?
Literally.
And he's like, "Yep, Theon, you gotta know your name. That's my name, Theon."
Iconic. His lips skinned back in what might have been a grin. Asha's like, "The fuck are you? What?"
Yeah.
Iconic.
It's a reunion, but it's a rough reunion.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. So you think that Tycho has to tell Stannis about Karstark?
Yeah, because he's got to be like, "Hey, this guy's gonna betray you."
They or at least Theon definitely has that information.
Yeah, and I think especially with the you have to know your name. My name's Theon, and the fact that I guess they survived the fall, they don't seem to be limping.
And the fact that they survived being captured by Northerners, the Northerners could have just killed him for being Theon, but maybe if they think he's valuable or has information, they might keep him.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, because they had that Umber interaction. They had I guess I don't know order of events. I don't know if Tycho went and got Asha's people first and then picked, do you know what I mean? I don't really know what happened. Yeah, when.
That is so. Remember, the Night's Watch people took him to Deepwood Motte, and that's where they were going. Yeah, and then they were gonna trace Stannis's steps, but somehow they bypassed Stannis's party and got to Winterfell and had to double back for Stannis.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Initially, when I first read this, I remember being but they were coming from the other way. How did they miss Stannis? And then I had to be remember, this is the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. There's not clear roads or anything they're following.
Yeah.
And there's fewer of them, so they could have gone just a mile north of them and missed them entirely.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah. It's so vast. Yeah.
But they're here now.
No, this is literally iconic. This is a reunion of all time.
Yeah. Okay, we have so many things to talk about. Let's start with the weather sacrifice thing. So they're in the middle of a blizzard. Will this sacrifice make any bit of a difference in the weather?
I really don't think it will, because I think that they're just kind of willy-nilly there's not really any they just kind of decided that in their own court. There's no Makoro, there's no Melisandre. I feel every time we've had evidence of it working. It's been done by a licensed professional.
And, like, maybe R'hllor is classist and he won't accept regular people.
Yeah. So, yeah, first of all, there's no one facilitating it that I trust to know how to do it. Like, they're just kind of, this is just kind of them justifying doing their own shit, you know, being like, oh, you're eating people, whatever. I feel righteously about this, you know? Me who has food to eat that I won't give to you feels righteously about this, you know? The other thing you said where it's like, I don't, like, it seems, that's why Melisandre is only ever sacrificing, like, important people, because that seems to be a
requirement.
A requirement, thank you, yeah. And then also, I think that, like, I guess at least for now, I want to believe that R'hllor's cool, and I think I'm always trying to believe that all the gods are cool, so I think that if, like, R'hllor is cool, I don't know, like, I think that this is a little bit different than the other sacrifices, like, they're all kind of, like, I don't know, this just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like R'hllor will be like, why'd you do it that way?
Or maybe, like, R'hllor accepted the sacrifice and his gift was bringing these people to them, not ending the storm. Like, maybe it was like, this is not a good enough a meal for, like, good enough a sacrifice to end the blizzard, but maybe it's good enough to do that.
But I'll bring you some people who can help you.
Yeah. The other thing about the weather is, like, we don't know exactly how the weather patterns are in Westeros and stuff right now, but we know that Jon and at the Wall, they were covered with blizzard for several days, and then they had, like, a few days of not being in the blizzard. So, like, makes you wonder, is the Wall experiencing these things, like, you know, like, and then the weather patterns are moving south from there, and then does that mean, like, if they got a little bit of a reprieve, will people here get a bit of a reprieve, you know?
Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't want, I hate it though, because they're gonna be like, our sacrifice worked!
Right.
You know?
But then it might save Asha, or maybe now that they have Theon, or even Jane, who they think is Arya from those fates, you know? Well, I don't think they would sacrifice Jane if they think she's Arya, because, like, the Northern people would never, like, they would abandon Stannis immediately. But I think, like, Asha and Theon would still be at risk for that.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, now we literally have 2 of them eligible. Like,
yeah, that's what I meant. Like, the next chapter will be the sacrifice, but it'll be, like, Theon's POV.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but I think also, okay, sorry, I just want to, like, I keep having to look at his name, Tycho. I just want to compliment Tycho, because literally, no wonder this is his job and he's been doing it for a while. Like, he's so good at this.
He made it here.
And, like, so quickly, it seems. As quick as I think he could have, probably.
And Jon lent him, you know, guides and all of that.
Yes, all things. But still, like, and then he run and ransom the people. Like,
he's great.
Like, I know it's his job, but, like, you're really good at your job.
Yeah, King. Honestly, you know how it's like, if you could be anyone in this universe, make me a banker at the Iron Bank. Because they've got, like, the right morals, you know, they're, like, anti-slavery. And I'm doing accountant. I can do a little bit of banking.
Yeah, but would you like the chasing after people, and then if they don't help you,
traveling
their
for
lives?
Work? That's what I want to do.
It's actually the ideal career for me. Thank you very much. Oh my god. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to give him his kudos, because I'm genuinely, you know, I was like, yeah, he's probably not gonna make it for a while. Like, little did I know that this man is so good at his job.
Now it remains to be seen if he'll survive to make it back to Braavos.
No, he will. Okay. If there's anybody I have faith in surviving, it's him.
Okay. All right.
I think but I do wonder, like, he just needed, like, a strong host, I guess, with him. So I guess it's just kind of a coincidence that it ended up being Asha's people. Because those were, like, the good prisoners, you know?
Yeah, it's a coincidence, or maybe he was like, you know, this is Asha's people, maybe I want to get her on my side too, like, we can politic.
Yeah, but does he know that much lore? I feel like he wouldn't.
Well,
Like,
he
that
would know
specific...
that Asha is of House Greyjoy and, you know, there's stuff going on there. Like,
right. And I guess he could have just talked to them. Like, he could have been like, what prisoners do you have? Or what people who can I take? And then he takes a look in the dungeons and he's like, who are you? And then I guess then he's like, oh, and this is politically relevant too, and
or
could be
like
beneficial.
they show up at Deepwood Motte, they fill him in on how it happened with Stannis. Stannis took Asha, left her people prisoner here, and he's like, oh, you've got prisoners here, let me take a look at them, you know, like anything could have happened.
Yeah, any number of ways. Yeah, but no, I do feel like it was a good thing on his part though.
Yeah, and also remember, Asha had built up goodwill with Lady Sybil, so maybe Lady Sybil was like, you know what,
of course,
I'll do a solid for
she just
Asha.
needed an excuse to let them go. She's like, oh, I got paid for it. I needed the money. Winter's coming. You know?
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. Oh, slay.
It's a literal win-win-win-win situation. Like, it's a win for Stannis because Tycho is here. Yeah. It's a win for Tycho because Tycho is here. It's a win for Asha because her people are here, and it's a win for her people because the people are here, and it's a win for Sybil because she got money and the people are here. You know. Like this is like the ideal win situation.
Yes. No, it's good. I like it. Yeah, I feel hopeful about this because I feel like, I mean, Stannis is a brokey, as we know, and Tycho is a richie. So we're good. Make some more deals like Jon did. Do some like I feel like they need food. Tycho got here. Tycho's got money. Like, I feel like they can work something out.
Well, yeah, Tycho can provide the money, but it will still take some time and effort to get the resources.
Totally. But I feel like it's like, you know how they were stuck? They, like, didn't know what to do. There was only a couple... Like,
now
I just feel like
some information.
There's, like, a little bit... another thing they can do. And also they can bond over, like, hating Karstark and, like... I don't know, killing him or imprisoning him or whatever they do. How many people... Okay, so Karstark's got himself, he's got his sons, and then he brought people, right?
Yeah, like, but I think Stannis' people still outnumber his people.
Even with all the deaths and the dying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so, because I'm just thinking numbers, like, what are they gonna, you know? Because, yeah, but then also knowing Stannis, like, what's he gonna do? I don't know. But also, do I care if he overreacts on Karstark? No, not really. Kill the man. Just kidding. No, literally, kill the man, and then get his niece in charge. Get her over here.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's also news that Tycho would have brought, because, like...
Yes, yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, Tycho knows that Karstark is a betrayer, even if Theon doesn't tell them. I just realized, because... Alice Karstark showed up at the wall when he was there.
Oh, you're so
like,
smart. Yes.
Alice was like, he's a traitor. So, like, whether or not Theon said anything, he knows anyway.
He already knows and would... Yes! Okay, oh my god. Heart soaring. Right.
So and then he would be like, I don't know if he knows about Alice's wedding, you know, but he knows that Alice is there and is the rightful heir and all of those things. Right. Yeah.
A lot of the good stuff. Okay, slay. Okay, oh my god, I'm like so hopeful about this. This is gonna be good.
Good news after so very, very long.
Literally. Oh,
and also like Theon and Jane survived. Like, that's also good news. Like, I know I kind of like didn't let you celebrate that and like kind of brushed over it. But no, like, but it's a major thing.
But I kind of, when I saw them too, that was also I kind of had a little bit of whiplash, because I was thinking we see them next time, like, they're, like, injured, they're broken, like, we're trying to fix it, but they just survived the fall.
Yeah, they're a little bit broken, but, like, mostly intact.
They were already broken. That was not the fall, that was the castle and all the events.
No, but, like, the nose, frostbite, right, and does it say that Theon has some kind of... It doesn't say if he has a broken arm or leg or anything, so maybe it's fine.
Yeah, they're kind of slaying. Yeah. Yeah, his spirits seem to be better. He's, like, grinning, he's slaying.
Yeah. So what's Stannis gonna do with Theon?
I don't know. I think for now though, I feel like he knows he'll be able to use him. And I think Stannis is past the days of just punishing someone in 1 second without thinking about the implications and what you could do instead, whatever. I think he's gonna, I mean, for now, I think just like hostage and like help me out, give me intel, whatever. Because I mean, Theon knows things about Bolton, because Bolton was very loose-lipped around Theon.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it'll just be like an interrogation, like a give me everything, and like if you want me to like not punish you or like treat you whatever, like, you know. You know what's another thought I had for a second that I hope he doesn't do, but he could maybe do?
What?
He could make Theon the Winterfell person.
I don't think any of the North people will stand for that, especially now that they think they've got Arya.
Oh yeah, I always forget they don't know that it's not Arya.
Yeah, that's the other question. Will they reveal that this is Jane and not Arya?
I think he'll tell Stannis, but not the others.
Not the others who?
Like the Northern, like he's not
like
gonna
he'll tell Stannis, and then Stannis won't tell the Northerners.
Maybe, yeah, but I also think the Northern people might just not be able to tell, but they might be like, oh, she's so nervous all the time.
Will the North people be demotivated now that they think they've rescued Arya? Like, will they be like, oh, nothing in Winterfell for us, let's go home?
But I don't think so, though.
Yeah,
I think that's how the Southerners are gonna feel, but I think the Northerners are gonna be like, now we have Arya, let's finish the job.
Yeah.
And like, especially with like
let's
Umber
get her
being
Winterfell.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, and like Umber's waiting for us, you know? Like,
yeah.
I think these are motivating factors, you know? Yeah, I'm like excited. This is iconic.
Amazing.
Top 3 moments in this book. This, Jon killing, what's his name? Janos.
Mm-hmm. Daenerys flying off on a dragon.
Yes, that was pretty good. Yeah, top 3 iconic moments that our MCs have done.
Yeah, cool. Did we cover all the predictions? I think we touched on a bunch of the predictions.
Yeah.
What is Asha gonna do with Theon? Like,
oh yeah, she wants to be able to take him back, but do the King's Mood and deal with the Euron stuff. Because I think she's still going to want to do that. But I think for now, she's going to be like, we got to get you fixed up, though. Like, ain't nobody going to... Because part of the King's Moot plan involves people wanting to do it. Like, they have to not like Euron and then want to challenge that. And then, you know, like, if Theon goes as is right now, like, nobody's going to be like, yeah, right, buddy, it was unfair. Let's redo this, you know?
I think Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think, like, for now, she might be demotivated from that. She might be like, the fuck can he do? Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I need you also to finish, because you said Stannis might try to make Theon the person at Winterfell, and I, like, debunked that. So, like, can you give me an alternative? Because, like, Theon is this traitor that all the Northerners hate, but he has potential information from the Boltons.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still despised by everyone. So, like...
Yeah.
And he's got king's blood, so he could make a good sacrifice, like all of those things, you know?
I think he's gonna keep him alive, though. I think he might be like, we can sacrifice him at the end after we get Winterfell, like whatever. Like, I think the people are gonna want to sacrifice Theon, but I don't think Stannis is that much a man of the people.
Okay.
Will people go behind his back?
No. Do you mean the Queensmen people, or the Northerner people, or all the people?
I think both.
Why would the Northerners want to sacrifice to R'hllor?
Oh, like they don't want to sacrifice him. I think they'd want Theon killed.
So they would be okay with however it's accomplished?
Because I think we're already sacrificing to R'hllor. That hasn't been stopped, you know?
Yeah, but it's like they were sacrificing, like, their own southern people to R'hllor. Like, it wasn't necessarily anybody that the Northerners had stakes in, you know?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking, like, wouldn't they want him dead? So then sacrifice and, like, being burnt alive is a pretty violent way to go. Or, like, yeah.
Okay, so just the end goal is that he's dead, so they're okay with however it's accomplished. And if it gets the Southerns their sacrifice, then may as well be it.
Yeah, like, they might want, like, I want you to take off his head like you took off Bran and Rhaegon's, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately they might be fine with the sacrifice, because it's like we're burning him alive, you know?
Okay, cool. So they want it, Stannis opposes it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, Massey, what's his attitude gonna be now?
He's gonna be like, yeah, guys, we can do this.
So he's gonna, like, do a complete
I think
180.
So. He feels like a, like, sort of going with the vibes.
Yeah.
Not going with the, like, I know he was being in, like,
he's
kind
a
of
fair weather friend, and now the fair weather is not okay. I guess maybe not the weather literally, but like,
but yeah. But I think he, like.
So you think they're going to, like, go attack Winterfell? They're not gonna, like, let them come to them, or, well, like, some of them are already coming to them. Or...
Yeah, I think it'll be like a, like, let's get like, I guess I don't think they're gonna go attack Winterfell. I think I said that wrong. That's not quite what I mean. Like, I think they're just gonna be like, let's go get food, let's go get prepped for battle, and now we know that the battle's coming to us. Like, I think, and, like, maybe, like, some ways to, like, avoid, like, the weather stuff, like, we can take shifts going and coming, like, I think they're gonna just be able to plot now and, like, figure something out, because before it just was like, what's the point of even trying? So people just were not willing to try.
Yeah,
but I think all of these
factors at play now. There's new variables to consider.
Yeah, I think now people might, like, I think the public opinion is going to become, let's do a thing, you know? So they're going to try and do a thing.
Yay, cool. Okay, if you have any thoughts, share them.
I'm good. I think we can go on.
Okay, Victarion. Let me do a summary of his chapters. He is getting closer and closer to Meereen and capturing any boat, ship thing he finds on the way, and if any of the people on that boat say anything he doesn't like maybe Daenerys is dead or any such thing, he kills them. And he's adding more boats to his fleet, and he's happy about that. And Makoro is black magicking over to the side and giving Victarion predictions about what's going to happen, and they prove to be right. So Victarion's like, okay, slay. I say that because literally he keeps slaying everybody. But Makoro is also making all these, like, prophecies and predictions. He's like, I see the glory that awaits you, but really, is the glory just fire? Like,
real. Yeah.
So, yeah, that is this chapter. I don't know if we need to go beat by beat.
That's all you're saying? Okay, how about we just
No,
just
that's
look
not
and
all
see if
I'm
there's
saying.
Anything we want to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, now that we have covered what happens, let's see if there's any details. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go, he caught this ship and he did that. He caught this ship and he did that.
It's all bad and violent and annoying, and I do just want to point out some of the things he says because they're really annoying.
Yeah, for sure. The first thing of note I have is that he's got new robes made for Makoro because he gave his own clothes for those robes to be made. So they're like the black and gold of Greyjoys, and he hoped that people would accept him more easily once he was wearing Greyjoy colors, but that didn't happen because clad in black from head to heel with a mask of red and orange flames tattooed across his face, the priest appeared more sinister than ever, and the crew shun him, so nobody likes him except Victarion.
Yeah.
And remember, the Dusky Lady hissed when she first saw him, so... And Makoro is like, he's really otherworldly. Like, when he's praying at the fires, it says the firelight made his black skin shine like polished onyx, and sometimes Victarion could swear that the flames tattooed on his face were dancing too, twisting and bending, melting into one another, their colors changing with every turn of the priest's head. Like, he's like a living flame, and the ship people have started calling him Black Flame.
Yeah.
Oh, and this reminds me, sorry, now I have to go find it, but now you look for something to say while I go find this.
People in both of these chapters love Kate, because the first person that he captures tells him just like, oh, the Marine War's over. Hizdar's in charge. Dany's dead. Except he says Hizdak instead of Hizdar. And I was like, oh my god, who's Hizdak? What happened? And then I was like, oh my god, Harmit. He just got the name wrong. Calm down. So both of these chapters involve just people getting people like R'hllor is R'hllor.
R'hllor, yeah. R'hllor.
And Hisdar's Hisdak.
Indeed.
Yeah, and like the other thing I want to point out about this chapter, it's just like he's just becoming progressively more egotistical. Like he started off with this inflated ego, but also like bad self-esteem and like kind of self-hate going on. But this chapter has just kind of been a lot of blowing up his own ego and just very like, the Crozai can have wizards, why can't I? And then he pulls out the horn and he's like, Euron gave this to me, I can use it too. Like, it's just so, like, I really do think, like, I know that Makoro keeps saying, like, I see great things in your future, I see great things in your future, but A, we don't know how honest he's being, B, that may be the case, but I just feel like all of this is setting him up to kind of fall on his face, even when he's kind of deciding whether, 100%. Like, oh, should I go through the straits or take longer to get there, but go around the island and have less of a chance of getting cornered or captured like I did when Robert got me and we lost our rebellion. And he takes the risk and he's like, what would Euron do? Of course he would take the risk. Yeah,
he's being much more reckless and all of that.
Yes, and I'm just like, and he's like, I have 2 gods, and every time a doubt creeps in, he's like, well, I have 2 gods on my side now, so whatever. Yeah. I have 2 gods, and it just is stressful to read, because not only is he annoying and unlikable, he also, I feel like, is gonna set himself up to fail.
Yeah.
Like, this is, of course, he's so easy to manipulate. Like, of course, Makoro can whatever, like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I found the thing I was looking for. It's back to that prophecy that Quaithe gave Daenerys. So, okay. Like, people calling Makoro Black Flame reminded me. So, you know, the glass candles are burning. Soon comes the pale mare, and after her, the others. Kraken and Dark Flame. So that could be Black Flame, aka Makoro. And it does say Kraken and Dark Flame, so it makes sense that it would be like Victarion and Makoro. Yeah. But another way to say Dark Flame might be to call it Black Fire.
Whoa.
So, like, this could be another one of those, is Aegon a Black Fire or is somebody else a Black Fire? I think there is a fake Targaryen or a Black Fire. I don't know if it is 100% Aegon, but I think it makes the most sense for it to be that kid, you know? We talked about all this last time, so I'm just, like, kind of bringing this up again. Lion and Griffin, the Sun's Son, and the Mummer's Dragon. So, yeah, all of that. Okay, we can go back to where we were now.
Is it also kind of like, because Black Flame be Blackfire?
Is Makoro a secret Targaryen?
Oh my god, maybe. Yeah. Because you know how we were talking about how, like, the Blackfire, like, sword is lost?
Yes.
Or, like, somewhere in the world?
Yeah.
So maybe he's, like, he's, like, the metaphorical Blackfire sword.
Well, there's already supposed to be metaphorical Lightbringers. We can't have that. Like, we know Blackfire the sword exists. Like, let's not make that metaphorical. Let's, you know... Let's rein it in a little.
Yeah.
And yeah, after this book, we're gonna talk about all the theories, and we're gonna talk all about who or what is Lightbringer. And
oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, I'm excited. Yeah, basically, yeah, and then eventually, like, because you know how last chapter he was like, I only have 50 ships. By, like, the end of this one, he has, like, 70 or something, so he's, like, slay. Or, like, 65.
Yeah. So, one of the things he captures is a looking glass. No, wait, would it be called a looking glass? Or, I could only remember the Punjabi word for it, which is a doorbeen, but I couldn't remember the English word for it.
Like a binocular vibe,
but it's not binocular.
But it's
a singular locular.
Monocular. It's a monocular. Yeah, it's like the little yeah.
Okay,
the stereotypical private or not private. The stereotypical pirate device.
But one.
Yeah, what is it? Who knows?
It's literally called monocular.
Wow.
Okay.
Sometimes you invent words,
but there's like a different word for it that we're not remembering, but we both are thinking.
I think I agree with you. Yeah.
Like a not a telescope. we all know what we're talking about, but he gets one and he's really super excited about it.
Yeah.
My hope is that somehow Tyrion ends up getting it, because I feel like he would, I don't know.
He would appreciate it.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, he takes a galley and the once again the captain is like, Daenerys is dead, and he kills the captain, and then he kills the rest of the crew, and then he breaks the chains on the enslaved rowers and is like, now you're free and have the privilege of rowing for me.
Literally, go
and I
die.
too free slaves like the Dragon Queen. Just
I literally disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, leave, get, like, oh my god, you're no different.
Yeah,
you're
and
literally doing the same shit by a different name.
I think he's like actually losing it. Like he
I
starts
think so,
like
a little
he
bit.
could almost hear the god's voice welling up from the depths of, like,
Yeah.
he feels like he's like one with the gods somehow.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I know it's weird to roll your eyes at that in a fantasy series, but I definitely roll my eyes at that.
Yeah, because there's just no context clues that would suggest that. So it really is like he's pulling that out of nowhere. There's no Makoro going, do you hear that? It's the sound of God. Like, there's no, he heard a sound he couldn't identify. Like, it's not written that way. He just is silly. Like,
yeah, he's like, is this what Aeron felt like when the drowned god spoke to him? Just like,
literally.
all the things. And then, his fucking hand that Makoro quote unquote healed. The arm the priest had healed was hideous to look upon. Pork crackling from elbow to fingertips. So his like
gross.
His
literally
like,
gross.
His arm is just like meat constantly being cooked.
Yeah. Does that not hurt? And so uncomfortable?
And he's like, this is great. Sometimes when Victarion closed his hand, the skin would splint and smoke, yet the arm was stronger than it had ever been. So he's got this kind of
Is this
super
what's giving
arm,
him delusions?
Like, I don't know, but yeah, that is no good thing, that arm.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't like it.
And then he captures like a little fishing boat, and they tell her that Daenerys, instead of saying Daenerys is dead, they say she is gone and that she flew away on a dragon beyond the Dothraki Sea. So this is like, he's okay with he's happy to hear that Daenerys is not dead. So this is like different news than that, right?
Yeah.
And then he asks, where's the Dothraki Sea? I'll sail it and go find her wherever she is. And then the fisherman, poor guy, laughs at him and calls him a fool for thinking that the Dothraki Sea is a sea and not the Dothraki Sea, which is made of grass and, all of that. And Victarion's like, shouldn't have said that. So then he kills that guy too.
Oh my God.
I think this is where he like kills him with his super hand, right? Like, literally squeezes the life out of him.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, and then Makoro also in this chapter is very like, because Victarion is very like, both gods matter. I love both of them equally. I'm sacrificing to both. Don't worry, you'll get your due, whatever. And then Makoro is kind of side-eyeing anytime he does something drowned god related or anything comes up. Like, he's very like,
your drowned god's a demon.
Yeah, he's a thrall of the other. Like, oh my god. So he's trying to sort of go convert fully.
Yeah. It also is like interesting fodder for theories that like that the drowned god and the others are somehow like aligned. Like there's theories about that, right? Wow. I think we've talked about it a little bit sometime.
Yeah.
And then this is where so he's like, no, I promise your red god will also have his due, I swear it. And Makor's like, there's no need. The Lord of Light has shown me your wrath, Lord Captain. Every night in my fires, I glimpse the Oh, wait, it does say worth. I just totally miss. The Lord of Light has shown me your worth. Every night in my fires, I glimpse the glory that awaits you. So now this could be like, I see a great victory for you when I look through the flames. Or I like to take it a little bit more literally. I see you burning up in those flames at some point.
Ooh.
especially because
iconic.
this chapter comes on the tail of that chapter where we just burn people in a fire. So what I think
nice.
maybe Makoro sees like Daenerys's dragons lighten Victarion up or something.
Yeah.
But I think it's more that than the other thing.
I think I agree. I don't really see Victarion as somebody. Yeah.
Every night in my fires, I glimpse the glory that awaits you. I really think he's just saying you're gonna get your ass burnt. I think that's what he's saying.
That's so funny. Yeah, and then Victarion goes on this whole thing about, like, my brother Balon was great, but I'm the one who can accomplish what he didn't, and Dagon couldn't back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah, because they, like, revere Dagon, right? And then he's like, yeah, even he couldn't defeat the dragons. Like, he could defeat all the other families, but not the Targaryens, but I'm gonna conquer them and do what he couldn't. Which also, delusion.
Yeah. But every day they're getting closer to Meereen, and now they're, like, at the coast between Yunkai and Meereen, so he goes, like, further out to sea so they're not spotted, and they make sure that any ships they encounter, they don't let go. And the one ship they encounter is a ship heading to Lys with people trained as sex workers. So this is where he puts the slavers of the ship to the sword. He gives the girls to the captains and is like, lucky for you, you only have to serve one guy now, and if you're extra lucky, you can be a salt wife. The boys, who he calls the perfumed boys, he's like, they're unnatural creatures, so he wraps them in chains and throws them into the sea. And then he saves for himself the 7 choicest, how do you say that?
Choicest.
Yeah, just like what he thinks deems as the prettiest of the girls. But he's like, oh, not to have sex with. I am gonna... What he does... Okay, no, this hasn't happened yet. But he puts them on that little fishing boat he captured, cuts it free, and then sets that on fire. And he's like, see? Appeased both gods all at once. I'm so amazing.
I can't with this man. Like, he's so annoying.
Yeah. And then he gives this big speech. Tomorrow we're probably going to be at war, so get ready. We're going to take them over and make them cry. And then everybody's like, yeah.
And then he conveniently leaves out, hey, Volantis is behind us, and that's kind of dangerous. He's like, we got this. We're going to get everybody.
Exactly.
Like, you don't think you're going to get screwed over by that king?
Yeah. And this is where he sets the little fishing boat on fire with the girls in it.
Yeah.
And eventually the cries of the 7 sweetlings, sorry, I'm cringing, and just changed to joyous song, it seemed, to Victarion. So, like, more delusion.
Yeah.
But then a great wind came up, a wind that filled their sails and set them north and east and north again towards Meereen. So, like, they do have these good winds, like, really soon after. So was the sacrifice or is it just coincidence?
I think...
Or are the gods helping him because the gods have, like, an ulterior motive, and then, you know, like Makoro's doing something in the corner and being, like, chatting with R'hllor, like, okay, get us to Daenerys so that we can make this happen, or...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, maybe, but it also it kind of makes sense to me that this would work more, just because, like, Makoro's on board. He, like, obviously Victarion is the one doing this, like, specific sacrifice, but I don't know, like, I wouldn't be shocked if it did work. I don't know. Because also, like, he's got the numbers odds, too, because it's, like, he's doing something that is supposed to appease both drowned gods and R'hllor. So I don't know, but it does kind of, but
or
also,
is
like,
it
Victarion is being pretty delusional in this chapter, so maybe it wasn't even a great wind. It was an average wind and he sees this as a great wind. Like,
right?
I genuinely don't know, but it makes sense to me, unfortunately, that maybe the sacrifice did work.
Or maybe one of the millions of things he's been doing worked, but like...
True, because he has been sacrificing a lot of people, so maybe one of those could be seen as a sacrifice.
Or
like, that was good.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird, convenient little thing for him, I think. But it could also just be,
yeah, what it does...
good luck now for it to come crashing down in a little bit,
yeah,
you know?
it serves to...
Like, it helps him get to his
delusions.
doom quicker. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm on top of the world. But I feel like it could also just be, like, the gods are, like, taking him to his doom quicker, you know?
Yeah. Okay, and after that, that's when he brings out the horn, and Makoro can recognize that it has all these Valyrian glyphs on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when Victarion says, "What do they say?" "Much and more," the priest said. And then he points somewhere and he's like, "Here it says, here the horn is named, I am Dragonbinder," it says.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. And then, like, Victarion starts describing, like, the time it was blown and how, like, the sound was, like, burning, and the guy who blew it was burning from the inside out, and just all of that. Mm-hmm. And Makora's like, "That sounds about right, because here it says, no mortal man shall sound me and live." And then Victarion's like, "Fuck, Euron. He said that this horn would bind the dragons to my will, but how will that work if I die?" And Makora's like, "Need not worry. Your brother did not sound the horn himself, nor must you. Here, it says, blood for fire, fire for blood. Who blows the hell horn matters not. The dragons will come to the horn's master. You must claim the horn with blood." And that's how the chapter ends. So what do you think?
I literally do not know what this means. I have ideas, but I don't have anything that I feel confident about at all, okay? So I'm just going to go through my thoughts.
Sounds good.
Okay. I feel like, because it's got to be big. It can't just be like, you can't just, like, kill some random person and be like, aha, I took blood, whatever. I feel like it's got to be, like, you need to, like, the horn, like, belongs to the Targaryens, so you need to kill a Targaryen, and that's how you claim the horn. Or it's like you need to kill a dragon, and then you claim the dragon binding horn. Like, I feel like it's got to be something big like that, because I don't think it's just something like,
pour a little bit of your own blood into the horn.
I really don't think so. Like, or like, I don't think it can just be something like, because you know how Euron got someone else to do it?
Yeah.
But Euron commanded the person to do it. I don't think that, and technically that person died, right? So the horn kind of got their blood. So, but I don't think that would make Euron the owner of the horn.
So you don't think Euron is also so you don't think...
Euron is not the owner of the horn.
So who is currently the owner of the horn?
Like a Targaryen? The last who, has this been blown before, or has it always been a myth?
Well, the first time we saw it, Euron brought it and he was like, "I got this horn from Valyria, or from a Shai, or something like that."
So maybe, like, it doesn't have an owner, or it's like an owner from, like, thousands of years ago or something. Like, I don't think anybody is currently the owner.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's, like, ripe for the taking, because nobody's the owner right now. Like, I
don't know how, but, like, Daenerys has somehow got to be the owner, like, through some twisted way, or, like, she accidentally
some DNA
ends up
thing,
doing the magic binding thing, or...
Right. I do think that it would be...
it's, like, the closest person of Valyrian descent is the owner.
I think it would be... I think she's not currently the owner, but I feel like she would have the easiest journey to becoming the owner, if that makes sense. Like, maybe she wouldn't need to do something as big. Like, maybe her blood, if she touches her blood to it, there's a DNA identification magic thing that happens, like I feel like there's some sort of, like, it would be easiest for her to do it, but I don't think she is the owner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just know that I can't see this being like Victarion blows the horn or like get somebody to blow the horn and the dragons are suddenly his.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I was like, it has to be something big. Like, you have to kill the last living Targaryen and get there. Like, it has to be a big thing. So, yeah, I agree. I don't think, yeah. And I also think that another way to think about it is that if he could just get someone else to blow the horn and sacrifice a random person and then get it, if that was possible, Euron would have already become the owner, and then Euron wouldn't have sent Victarion to do all this shit. Like, I think Euron is trying to get Victarion to figure it out because he couldn't.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, all of those things didn't work for Euron to become the horn.
Or is he counting on, like, Victarion will get somebody to blow the horn and then somehow, you know, all the way across the ocean on the other side of the world, Euron will, like, feel his connection to dragons all of a sudden.
Right.
And the dragons will fly to him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I just feel like
he's like, I'm already the owner. I don't need to actually. I don't need to be there. Let me get some work done here while you know. I'm just delegating.
Yeah, I don't know. As much as I don't like him, I feel like he's not that delusional. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he probably has also seen like visions and shit. So maybe not necessarily him, but he's definitely either gotten someone else to show him visions or something. So I feel like he definitely
there's
has
also
seen
like the no mortal man. So
yeah.
could it be like an immortal man, or is it like Lord of the Rings? It's like, but a mortal woman can, you know, like.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but I just kind of landed on I don't think so. Maybe
I think that
really
would
have a
be
reason
a
for
little
that. Too convenient.
Yeah.
And a little too, like, literal.
It doesn't sound like George has said that he takes inspiration from Lord of the Rings, but I think
that's a little too, like, Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah. And also, we've also talked about how, like, Valyrian is somehow gender neutral, so, like dragons don't necessarily have genders or sex, or, you know, the prince that was promised could also be the princess that was promised, like all of those things.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I also think, sorry, just coming back to, he says, like, who blows the hell horn matters not. The dragons will come to the horn's master. So I think that also kind of confirms what you and I are saying, where it's
or do they come to the dragon's master to burn him alive? Like.
Yeah, that, oh my god, wait, maybe. But also I think, like, who blows the hell horn matters not. The dragons will come to the horn's master. That also kind of proves that, or to me, that, like, getting someone to blow the hell horn has nothing to do with ownership. Like, I feel like those sentences kind of confirm that too. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what this is, but I'm also scared. Because I also am kind of confused about where Makoro's at. Like, obviously, like I said, like, this is very manipulative. Makoro could just, and like you said last time, that you think that he's just kind of using Victarion just to kind of get there and whatever, and just using him as he can. So I think that's more likely, but I also just, some of the ways he talks, I'm like, do you really think Victarion's gonna do something big? Like, I just want to know. I'm like, what do you have planned? Like, what do you think is gonna happen, you know? Because then and then I'm also just like, if, like, you must claim the horn with blood, if it ends up being something big, like killing a dragon or killing the last remaining Targaryen or something, like, Makoro's just cool with that, so he's not really on Dany's side in that way. Like, I don't, you know, so I'm just kind of thinking about those things, but yeah, I think those are all my thoughts.
Yeah, lots of questions, very few answers.
Exactly.
So what next are we gonna see from Victarion?
I mean, I think he's gonna try. I think he's gonna be like, okay, how do I do that? And he's gonna be like, I can't tell you. You'll just figure it out. And
okay,
you'll do it,
but
whatever.
What about, like, you know, getting to Marine and all that?
I think like Volantis is gonna kick his ass.
Oh, you really do? Okay.
I really do.
Okay, this is wishful thinking, but I want him to, like, get to Yunkai, fight the Yunkish, and then Volantis comes and kicks his ass, but then it's like everything's weakened enough for Daenerys to, like, get shit done, you know?
You know what? Agreed. Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know if I have any other specific predictions.
I think we've kind of talked it to death, respectfully to us.
So, next chapters, we're reading 2, I believe. So let me pull them up. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So we're reading chapters 64 and 65 next time. Give me your hopes and predictions.
Chapter 64 and 65. I want to see Danny, and I want to see John.
Well, neither of those.
Lovely.
So chapter 64 is called The Ugly Little Girl.
What the fuck? Aria? Respectfully? With so much love in my heart.
So what does that mean for Aria?
What the fuck? She was getting trained. What on earth would that have to do with her
She got her eyes back. She could see through the cat.
Oh, because I think she's going to be an acolyte now. Because she's leveling up, and then maybe, like, her fellow acolytes are being mean, and they call her the ugly little girl.
Okay. So what are we going to see her in her chapter? Like, other than her just, like, what
I think she's going to learn about, like, the war and stuff.
The war?
Not the war, but, like, the fighting and stuff. Maybe news will travel to Bravos. Like, the Danny, all the Marine.
Okay. You gotta be more specific. There's a lot of wars and deaths happening. And
yes. And fighting. Maybe for the first time, she'll, like, maybe this will be, like, her first foray into, like, getting, like, being able to, like, get powers or whatever. Or, like, being able to do the, you know what I mean? Like, do all the things.
Like the faceless men powers.
Yes. Yeah, those things. Okay. So maybe it'll be, like, a little micro dose of it, you know?
Cool. Chapter 65 is Cersei.
Wow. Okay, I think it's her trial, and I think it's Gregor fighting for her, and then it's like, I think right at the end she gets off, because he fought, but now we've unleashed this thing into the world and need to reckon with it.
And this thing being Frank
Gregor,
and Gregor?
alien, or Frank and Gregor, yes, exactly.
I for a second I thought she meant Cersei, like we've leashed you know,
that too.
Like
that too. We've
released
Cersei into the world.
Not releashed, released.
Released, yeah.
You said released. I think unleashed is what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm hearing things. Okay, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
So you think
things are
trial,
getting
but
ramped
ultimate, like, you know.
She wins.
Okay.
She wins. And then Marjorie's already out, so I guess they keep fighting. Well, I guess she's not really gonna have powers the same way, so maybe she'll have to try and get her way back. Get back in Tommen's good graces, because I think now that he's been free of her for a while, she can't really manipulate him in the same way anymore, so I think that'll be interesting.
Possible. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have an email to read, so
okay, slay.
Let's get there. So we have an email from Pauline, and it is titled Long Sentences and Depression.
Oh, okay.
Dear Nev and Harmouth, recently I decided to start another reread of the Song of Ice and Fire series because I finally gave up on my original plan to start my reread whenever the Winds of Winter would be announced, because let's face it, that's not going to happen anytime soon or ever. And then I thought I might start your podcast from the beginning because you're kind of my one of my comfort podcasts.
Oh, I'm honored.
And once every 2 weeks just isn't enough. No hard feelings here. You put a lot of work into this podcast and so on and so forth. And what have you? But my addicted self, who found out on her Spotify Wrapped that she listened to 85 days worth of content this past year, decided she needs more. As I reread those 2 sentences, I understand a little more what my English professor meant by you need to write shorter sentences. Anyway.
Iconic.
So
Never
long
change.
Story short, I am re-listening to your podcast and enjoy Harmouth absolutely not understanding what is happening at all, while at the same time making oddly specific and correct predictions. Honestly, Harmouth, you predicted in episode 3 that Ned was going to die and that Theon would betray him. Damn. And respect to Nav, who somehow managed to keep a straight face at that. And then, on the other hand, Harmouth thought Bran was a serial, calls everyone Sir and Maester, and assumed Jon was adopted. Wild.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. When I'm on, I'm on. Genuinely, like, I don't know how to explain this to you guys without sounding ridiculous, but, like, I wake up every morning and I start doing a thing, like an activity, or I go outside and I start doing a thing, and I literally acknowledge, I'm like, today's an on day, today is an off day, and there's very few on days, but when they're there, they're there.
And it's on the on days that you call Bran a cereal?
Yes, exactly.
or is it on the on days that you make the correct predictions?
The correct predictions.
Just clarify.
The rest of the days we disguise the I don't know what's going on here as
Cool.
Just why not go ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. So Pauline continues, I also totally forgot that Nav had never actually read the book series before starting this podcast. It takes a lot of commitment, or rather non-commitment, to go above and beyond in order to know everything about these books and read every single source there is, except the actual books. So now that that you have, I assume, read them all, what do you think of them? I mean, I would guess you must like them to some extent, otherwise this podcast would be a tedious project, but seeing as you never actually said if you like the pacing, the writing, etc., I'm just curious. Furthermore, do you remember that you hoped when you two would... No, okay, actually I'm going to leave this sentence for later, so I'm going to address the top.
Okay.
Yes, I have read the books now multiple times. I think I needed the podcast to give me the motivation to actually read the books, and I think I read them very soon after I finished reading all 5 books very soon after we actually started the podcast. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like definitely before the end of we finished covering book 1 had I read all 5 books, but I don't remember exactly how quickly I read them.
Right. Yeah.
I think I just kept being like I had because of the show and also just being on the Reddits and the wikis and the everything, I felt like I knew everything plot wise, but having somebody to discuss the intricacies of the writing or whatever with, that's what actually got me interested in the reading of the series part.
Right.
Yeah, so literally we started this podcast so I can motivate myself to read the books. Yeah, I make a lot of questionable choices.
Oh my god.
No, I love these books.
You slayed.
I do.
You slayed. Sometimes good things come out of things you just need to do, or you want to force yourself to do, you know?
Yeah. So to answer Pauline's question, I do really like these books. I love them, in fact. I think they are some of the best written fantasy books or books in general. I think they have flaws. George has some limitations.
We point them out every day.
I think we used to point them out so much, but now we just we've done it so many times.
Because the thing is, we've acknowledged all the flaws that come up again and again, so I just don't think we need to do it every time. But then every time a new flaw comes up, we find it out.
Exactly.
Because we're nice like that.
Yeah, maybe it's not a flaw in the writing so much as I don't want to be reading it, maybe that's sure, maybe it's a really well written rape scene, but I don't want to be reading a rape scene. So right. Those kinds of things where I just think in general the books I read, I do. I don't know. It varies, but I would say Game of Thrones has some of the more graphic, people getting their limbs chopped off, more of the gore that I endure in this series than I would in others, because the rest of the books just speak to me on such a level.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've literally described it to people as there's so much I put up with in this book that if I saw it in another book, I literally wouldn't pick it up.
Exactly. I would be okay, this is not for me. But because I have such goodwill on the rest of the book that I'm
yes,
I will just, tolerate this.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So how can I wrap up my thoughts? I really like them. I think they're some of the best books ever. I think George is a really good writer. I don't love 100% of everything in the books, and that's okay. But I do love the characters. I think George writes characters so well. He can really get you in their head, in their mindset, and you can be so what if Jamie threw a kid down a window? He had a hard life, okay?
Real. That's it. That's direct quote from our mouths.
We can be in Bran's head and be like, oh my god, Jamie sucks, like,
yeah.
And then we can later be in Jamie's head and be like, okay, but does he though? Like, is it so bad? Like,
is it so bad to throw children out windows? I'm not sure if it is.
And that's like only one example, but I think George is really good at writing characters, and that is like the number one thing I look for in anything I read or watch or like consume in any way. So I think that is what keeps me going back and back and back. So yeah, and I mean, I don't really care about his food descriptions, but I do think he does set the scene really well. Like, he's really good at settings as well. In terms of pacing, I think every book starts a little bit slower, and then like you're just like sprinting basically. And it's hard. Because like when I was reading them, I was just like, you know, binge reading them. Like, I wasn't
exactly.
And then
now it's hard because the first time you read them, you're inhaling them. Yeah. And then now when you and I are reading them together, we're reading them so slowly. Exactly. That my opinion on pacing changes like every 2 weeks. Like, it's like, it's like if between last week's chapters and this week's chapters were super intense and like super exciting. So I'm like, wow, great pacing. But then at the beginning of the book, like, you know, if it takes you like a couple months to read 10 chapters and it's the beginning chapters of the book, of course pacing's gonna feel bad.
Yeah, that's why we hated on Daenerys so much at the beginning. Or I should say I hated on Daenerys so much at the beginning. But
it just, it just doesn't always feel like it's going somewhere, but that's just because we're reading so slowly.
I do have to say, though, like, the Marine storyline overall, I think, has the worst pacing of all. And I think the pacing varies as to whether I like it or not.
I agree. I remember book 1, but I think I also just wasn't invested yet, so it felt different. Like, I think in like these books, when it starts off slower, I'm still like, oh, I like these characters, I'm having a good time, who cares if it's not super intense yet? But I just remember in book 1, I just felt like it took so long for shit to happen, and every time we'd read, and I just was like, oh my god,
that was like setting up the entire series, like not even just setting up the one book.
And I also just wasn't used to all the traveling, how long they would take to just get somewhere. So I think it just felt very slow, whether it was or it wasn't.
I think at the beginning, my enthusiasm kept us going, but now you have an enthusiasm too. So like,
oh, totally.
When my asthma's got me down, you keep us going.
Yeah. I think like after like a book, I was like, okay, I'm good. You know?
Yeah, it's a really good series. And I love not all of the fandom, but I love the fandom. Like, there's some like pockets of the fandom that I would really rather not engage with. I think we all have that. You know,
that's like every fandom.
Yeah, but I think I love that like people are theorizing about this 15 years after the last book came out, and like every day
I do think it helps that the series was never finished.
With the theorizing, oh, for sure.
Yeah. But no, I do love that people are still invested, like in that same way. Like, people aren't just, they're not like, oh, it's never gonna finish, I give up, you know?
Yeah. So like there's just we vibes. Would not be continuing this podcast if we hated the books. Like,
yeah.
But
slay.
Okay, back to what Pauline was saying. Furthermore, do you remember that you hoped that when you two would finally finish the last book, the next book would maybe have come out by then? Oh, you sweet summer children. I actually recently held a presentation at uni about why George would never finish his book series. And the reasons are, in parentheses, because he is old, easily distracted by other shiny things in his vicinity, has way too many projects, and let's face it, it's been 14 years. A tear rolling down my cheek. By the time Pauline hears us read this email, it would have been 15 years.
It will have been. So true. Oh my god, yeah.
After that, I was kind of depressed. So, seeing as there most likely won't be another book to dive into for the foreseeable future or forever, do you already have plans on what to do afterwards? Will you be covering the show? And since the Dunk and Egg show comes out, will you be covering that? Or will you read Fire and Blood or watch House of the Dragon? Will you just lie on the floor like me and be depressed for the rest of your life because George R. R. Martin is the greatest procrastinator of all time?
Oh my god.
The options
All
are
of the
endless.
above. All of the above.
Yeah, I think we would probably look into covering the shows, but let's not, we're not committing to anything right away.
Yeah.
And like to doing it right away and like all of those things. Yeah, we've got a bunch of like transition-y things happening in like life in general.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things pan out. But we like, I know I'll be watching the new Dunk and Egg show.
Yeah.
And I have watched and enjoyed House of the Dragon. So like, and I loved reading Fire and Blood. I don't know if I would want to cover Fire and Blood like chapter by chapter.
That feels very like
I would just and there's like a part of me that's like, if we cover House of the Dragon, maybe it's good if you don't read Fire and Blood, then you could have like a spoiler-free experience of House of the Dragon. And House of the Dragon, like it's really, Fire and Blood is also written interestingly, like it's like a history account, but it's not like a this happened. It's like a this guy says this happened and this other guy says this happened. So what actually happened?
That.
And
That's
then the
really
show, you know, can pick one of the things that happened or like a completely different thing that happened or merge the things that happened. So like, who really knows?
Yeah, I like
that. But
I
think my experience of watching House of the Dragon was a little bit marred by the expectations that I had set from the history book.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe by the time it comes around to me, by the time it's time for me to watch it, maybe you'll be able to experience it a bit more freshly. And then
or like maybe like you watch House of the Dragon and then you go read Fire and Blood.
I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
You know, like something along those lines. Nothing is set in stone. We're just what I do know for a fact is I do want to keep podcasting because I love like us having a reason to have a conversation every, couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And and I love like being able to talk to people like across the world about these things that we're mutually interested in, like it's such a wild but amazing experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely cover other stuff, whether like we just don't know like if we're going to
and there's also
what the schedule is going to be like, or what if we're going to cover something super long or do shorter. Like we just have no idea. So we'll keep let you know. But we're definitely going to keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
Podcasting on media.
And also there's like, I want to be the spoiler-free one for once. Like, I want to let go of this control. As a control freak, I want nothing more than to not have to be in charge. So I would love to like be the one goes in with, just like not knowing anything and just taking it all in at once and making all the worst predictions and then laughing at myself about it, years later.
No, it's fun.
I doubt I'll be as good as Harmith at that, but like, I still want to try it. Now Harmith's just got to find something that I haven't read or watched.
We're getting there. We're not talking about this.
So if you have, in terms of that, folks, send us like, I know people have recommended some series, but keep sending us recommendations, and then maybe we'll do one of them if it speaks to our souls.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a very long-winded answer, but I hope it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, finally, after this email has kind of gotten out of hand a little bit, I would like to know what predictions you, Harmith, have for the end of this book. Where do you think Jon, Dany, Tyrion, and all the other 500,000 characters will be when the book is done? And what do you think is their broader arc for this book? Just wondering if you have any wild, specific predictions that happen to come true, or if you have any general ideas where these characters are headed.
I feel like I've said everything that I have.
Yeah, let me finish and then...
Okay.
okay, I think this email is already way too long before I can think of another novel to write, unlike George R. R. Martin, lol. I better end this now. Keep up the good work, and best regards, Pauline. Thank you, Pauline.
Oh my god, thank you, Pauline. Very slight email, very funny.
Yeah. So predictions. I do kind of want, like, we're like kind of getting to the end of times of the book. Like, let's just maybe
Can we do this next time? I don't have it in me. I literally am like, okay, what do I don't have anything intelligent to say. I could say stuff, but I don't have anything intelligent.
Okay. Can we do it right this time and next time just for the heck of it?
I literally have nothing to say.
But, like, if you could say at the one sentence, where will
Okay, I'll give
Arya
one sentence for each character, and then next time I'll give better thoughts.
Okay, sounds good.
I think
so. Let's start with, like, the characters we have next time, because they're, like, top of mind. Where will Arya be at the end of this book?
Training.
Okay. Where will Cersei be at the end of this book?
Finding her way back to power using Frank and Gregor, and yeah, like doing what she can, trying to be resourceful, all the things.
Cool. Where will Jon be at the end of this book?
About to die. Entrapped in some way.
Okay.
Not about to die. Entrapped in some way. Like, no longer powerful.
Okay. So no longer in power is your...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where will Daenerys be at the end of this book?
Back and ready to go. She's learned how to ride the dragon, she's learned all the tricks, and she's back.
Where will Tyrion be at the end of this book?
Same thing. He's learned how to ride a dragon.
Actually?
Yeah. That's what I got for you.
But, like, he's teaming up with Daenerys, is that?
Yeah.
Or are they, like, opposing dragons, like...
No, they're together. Yeah. Because she's back now.
Let me just get, like, my list of POVs and stuff real quick.
Yeah.
Theon, where will he be at the end of this book?
About to head back to get a King's Moot going with Asha.
And that's where Asha will be this book at the end of this book?
Yeah.
Where
they're
will
trying to head back.
Stannis be at the end of this book?
About to go to King's Landing to try and claim home
So
turf.
he's, like, taken Winterfell.
Yeah.
And now he's, like, got his horizons on King's Landing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's... Yeah. Where would Bran be at the end of this book?
Working on his powers. I think kind of where he is right now. I can't think of another climactic thing. Oh my god, he'll learn that Bloodraven is a little bit evil, and he'll have to kind of reckon with it.
Where will Davos be at the end of this book?
Oh, yeah. He'll find Rickon and be like, hey, and then it'll end.
Okay. Where will Jon Connington be at the end of this book?
Dead. He's dying.
He's dead. He's by the end of this book already.
He is dead.
Like, dies in battle, or like dies of grayscale?
Hand. Yeah,
doesn't that take years?
It's my prediction. He's dead.
Where will Aegon...
All of the predictions I'm giving you, I think in actuality, I see as book 6, end of book 6, but they're more they're climactic, so I'm giving you them as now.
Well, I want this book.
Yeah, but book 6 is never going to happen, so I'm predicting for book 6. If I just predict for this book, I'm just going to end up saying,
no, but we
he's
need
in the
to
same
know
place.
What you think is going to happen in the next, like, little bit.
Yeah, but it's but that's why I'm saying it's not interesting answers. That's why I'm giving you a synopsis of their 5-year plan. No, I can't. I'm giving you their 5-year plan.
Fine. Yeah. What about Aegon or not Aegon?
Oh my god. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna say something wild. He learns that he's not a real Targaryen.
Okay.
Like, he meets up with Doran or something, and Doran's like, it's not you.
Melisandre.
She's trying to convince Jon that he's Azor Ahai. So she's trying to save Jon from him no longer having power.
So she has realized Jon is Azor Ahai
and decided to act on it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Dornish people, like Doran, Arianne, the Sand Snakes, like, they don't have to be lumped together.
I think they're working together, and they're plotting with Aegon.
Okay, cool. What about Quentin, the other Dornish person?
I think him and Tyrion have teamed up, but he's realized that he's not going to be able to do shit. He's just going to have to be a side piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Jamie. Jamie
shit.
and Brienne.
Jamie and Brienne and they kill Catelyn.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. But it's hard because Brienne promised and there's all this moral conflict, but I think ultimately, yeah.
Barristan?
With Dany. Dany's back now. He's learned he has to step in sometimes, so he's going to be an even better advisor.
Okay, I think we're getting like vaguer and vaguer as we go.
Because you're asking me to make these grand sweeping predictions. Who?
Victarion.
I don't want to talk about him. What is he gonna do? I don't know. He kidnaps a dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 3 dragons. Yeah. 3rd one's accounted for now.
I think that's every single POV plus
other than Sam. I think the only one we don't have is Sam. But we don't really... Oh, wait. He's not in this book. LOL. Yeah. Ignore me. Yeah. Well, but I think maybe we'll hear about him.
Yeah.
I think he's learning, he's living, he's thriving, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else.
Oh, well, I mean, Sansa, who's also not in this book, but I feel like now that we've talked about Sam, we gotta talk about Sansa.
I think Sansa...
Do you think she might still show up in this book, or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Littlefinger gets her married to Harry the Heir, and that's where we kind of leave off.
Okay.
And we don't know what happens after that. Like, she's gonna be doing her, like, and, like, the Vale people are gonna be like, let's win it for her, you know, all the things. So, we're working on that.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is everyone. I'm sure I forgot somebody, but, like...
I think we got everyone. Yeah.
Most of them. Okay, so those are Hermit's thoughts for the next few chapters and a book that has never been published.
You know what? It's fine. But yeah, next time I can try to get more like what I actually think is going to happen by the end of the book. But I feel like right now my brain is just giving me big things.
Make you a list of people to predict for, or?
That's okay. I think I can just come back to the episode and that's okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think I also have the list from like when I gave you one.
Oh, then you know what? You can just send me that and then just add the new names.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So folks, you have that to look forward to next chapter in addition to episode, in addition to Arya potentially and Cersei and I don't know what else. But thank you so much, Pauline, for
that was an amazing email. Thank you so much.
Yes. Always
no, that was so good. And you're so funny. Like, genuinely.
Yes. Keep the, what is it called? When the sentences keep going and going. There's a term for that.
Run-on sentences coming?
Yes. Keep them going. Keep them running.
Oh my god, literally.
Yeah. So, folks, do what Pauline did. Write us emails. We love them. And Pauline wrote this to us by the time this is published, like months and months and months ago. So keep that in mind.
That's true.
But we will read all the emails and we might read them like, you know, after we come back and, you know, it'll be like a year old. But still, just send us emails.
Do the thing. Yeah.
Do the review contest things. Join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram. And until next time. Farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.